Is it on? Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the spontaneous gameplay video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and the mood struck, and particularly this game, Would You Rather. I was gonna play it regardless, but I figured might as well screen record it, kind of like back in the old days. Any video game I used to play, I would just record it, just because why not? Upload it to YouTube. People enjoy that stuff. And this is something I was going to do anyway. So, anyway, yeah, the mood just struck for me to play Would You Rather because I wanted to see. I remember it from like 10 years ago, and I wanted to see if it was still here, and then if there were new questions. I imagine they're always adding questions to it, but I remember I played it a bunch of times in a short period of time, and that would get recycled questions, so that's part of the reason that I stopped. But anyway, it looks like there's some new questions here, and definitely a new format. I remember it used to be red and blue, and now it's black and white. So, yeah, let's play some Would You Rather. Okay, so we got drink sewer water or eat food from the sewer. Not sure what food would be in the sewer, but what I know there's water in the sewers, water everywhere. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of food we're talking about here. I feel like, yeah, I would go with water just because it's like I feel like it's more sanitary, or that like I could consume less of the sewer, I could just have like one sip of it and I'll probably be okay. Whereas the food, if you take a bite, the consequences might be more severe. I feel like the water, it's still mostly water. It's like, yeah, I'll go with drink the sewer water. Hey, look at that, 64%. So do I have to click? Oh, no, it automatically goes to the next one. Okay, so I won't click my answer until I'm ready for the next question. Okay, I didn't know if I had it, because I think with the old one I had to click something else. All right, would you rather have the ability to time travel to any point in the past, or have the ability to teleport to any location instantly? Oh, I thought this was going to be a past versus future thing. Okay, any point in the past, or have the ability to teleport any location. Well, I think the teleporting one is definitely more realistic, because time travel, I believe that there is a way to speed up time, so we might be able to time travel to the future, but traveling to the past is significantly more difficult to reverse time. I'm not sure if time can be reversed. Well, what am I talking about? Time isn't real, right? I mean, come on. Time. So, why do I care about time? Why do I give a fuck about something that's not real? But what is real? Locations. And to be able to access them easily would be in clutch, because it takes so long to get from place to place. Man, I can tell you, I live in Orlando, Florida, okay? It's one of the worst cities in the country. It's one of the worst cities in North America for traffic. And this shit is so inefficient, the transportation system. I mean, we got the train now. The train, okay, let me take that back, because train's actually awesome. It goes like 150 miles per hour. I tried to outrun it with my car on the highway one time and I couldn't. Yeah, so teleport. But anyway, for the most part, the transportation sucks. I've never been on the train. I've just seen it, and it looks cool. But yeah, no, driving in Orlando is not good. And let me just teleport, because transportation in general is just such a dangerous thing. And it's also something that, like, there's more situations where teleportation would come in handy rather than going back in time. Yeah. And also I feel like that's not something that we're supposed to do, or, should be allowed to do. So let me go teleportation. Yeah, there we go, 68%. All right. live one life that lasts 1,000 years, or live 10 lives that last 100 years each. Ooh, well, I could be doing either of those right now. um, hmm. Well, I think it should be fairly easy for someone that knows me to know which of these would be a more attractive concept to me. It would be to live 10 lives because, 100 years is already longer than the average lifetime. Like if I lived to 100 years old, I'm good. I'm happy, you know? So, yeah, 10 full lives rather than just one excessively long life because, you're in the same life for 1,000 years. You got things piled on, you got memories. Like, never mind aging. This doesn't even address the aging concern because I don't know what a human body would look like after aging 1,000 years. I would just be a walking skeleton. But, and then if that's not the case, then at what age does it stop? What am I stuck as a wrinkly old 100-year-old man for 900 years? I wouldn't want that. Or do I never grow old? Or like, there's so many unknowns here that aren't addressed. But in any case, I wouldn't want to be the same person for 1,000 years, because it's just too. I don't know. I feel like it would get too complicated at a certain point. It's like it'd be too many generations and too many things I'd be responsible for, and then I'd have all these memories and I'd rather just do 10 100-year lives and just experience what it's like to be 10 different people. I could be doing that already. I don't know. The jury's still out on reincarnation, I think. But that's essentially what this is, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. Let me be 10 different people and 10 different 10 different experiences, 10 different time periods, 10 different locations, 10 different stories, everything. Let's do it. Variety pack. And the majority, once again, oh wow, 71% this time. All right, have a pause button for your life or have a rewind button for your life. Can I just get the universal remote so I can do all of this and make the dog barking, mute the dog barking too? Okay, pause button or rewind. This can literally just be one word, pause or rewind. You don't need the whole sentence around it, especially a duplicate. But anyway, so pause or, well, how far are we rewinding? And how fast? That's the question here. Like, are there different modes? Do I get to choose how far back to go? I mean, I can exploit that loophole. I can go back, 100 years if there's no limits. But are we going back like 5 seconds or 10 minutes or like what's the deal there? I think that there should be something specified. Is it just one option, or can I rewind any amount of time that I choose? And is it different every time? Can I make it up? Is it random? These are all factors that would influence my decision. So for my life, so what is that? Does that mean the rest of the world does everything have to rewind? Am I rewinding all of existence? And then like when it catches up, does it skip some time because it can't, you know what I mean? Like what's going on there? Pause is pretty straightforward. Well, there still are some variables, like do I get to control how long it's paused for? Are there different times, whatever, but there's significantly less factors than rewinding. So let me turn it brightness up. That is interesting, though. I mean, the rewind, like, obviously is a primal impulsive thing. You want to pick rewind, but if you think about, like, actual, life, like, obviously accountability would plummet and responsibility, and I think it would just not really be a good thing. Whereas pause, that just... I don't know though. I mean, pause is just a little bit lamer because it's like by that point, like think about the reason you would want a button, right? It's about like regrets and stuff. So if you did something that you regret, pausing it isn't gonna make it any better. It's just gonna have you dwell on the moment even more. So the only situations would be for like thinking about something. It just gives you more time to think, which in most situations you can navigate that anyway. So rewind, I feel like, is more of a broader appeal because you never know what's going to happen when, so for you to rewind gives you like a do-over. So that's more impactful. I've been talking about this for a long time. I'm just going to go rewind. But again, I do want those questions answered because if one of those terms is the case, then I might have a different decision. Okay, I've been in the majority every single time. Always be constipated or always have diarrhea. Ooh. You know what? Diarrhea is actually not that bad. Like it's not really painful. Like, having an upset stomach is the painful part and you're going to have that in either case. So I'd much rather have the diarrhea because it's easier on the body, it's quicker, it's just like, it's just not as big of a deal. You just pull the lever and you're done. And there's usually not a lot of wiping either. But constipation is just rough. It's like a longer suffering. You got to strain everything and got to grunt and, there's usually blood involved and it just takes a long time and you got to wipe for a long time and you're dehydrated and all that. So for me, that's an easy choice. I'm going to go diarrhea. Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. 60% of people would rather the extended misery. Okay. Wow. Oh, always have diarrhea. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. No. I left out a crucial word. Always. If it was just have constipation or have diarrhea, that'd be different. But always, shit. Well, if you always have diarrhea, that means like it's always coming out. How is that even? Why would anyone choose that? Always be constipated. That means you never. I mean, you would die eventually from constant. Whatever. I stand by my choice. Have 4 hands or 4 feet? Well, hands are like can be used for so many more things. Feet are just weird. Like we're bipedal, so we only have. If I had 4 feet, I would just revert to being a galloping farm animal. So I'm gonna go with hands. I can hold more stuff. I'll never need a drink carrier again. 87%. Yeah, it's a landslide. Have the power to do whatever you want without getting in trouble or be able to change the probability of any outcome. I mean, are these mutually exclusive? So what, I can change the probability of any outcome, but I might get in trouble? Is that, so I can do whatever I want, but not change the probability of an outcome. If I can do whatever I want, wouldn't that be included? Isn't everything included? I can do whatever I want without getting in trouble. There's no asterisks or parentheses or fine print there. It's just straight up whatever you want. Like even if it defies the laws of physics, even if it's like impossible, whatever it is. But this is just change the probability of an outcome. That's so specific. No, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, not get in trouble. What? How is that the minority? Wait a minute. Wait, am I missing something there? Is this like leaving out the word always? Was there something? I'm going to have to watch this back because there's no way the majority of people would rather not do whatever they want. All right, make $350,000 a year robbing innocent people or make $40,000 a year helping people in need. It's not even a choice, dude. I got 40% sickos out there. Money doesn't rule me, dog. I just need enough to survive. But the people always come first. Die before your partner or die after your partner? Ooh, okay, this is a real Real thought-provoking one. Damn. Yeah, I can see both sides to this, honestly. I can see this being a 50-50 split. I mean, I would say, like, leaving out all of the nuances after, because then I live longer and I can do more stuff. So, for 51 to 49, wow. And also then I can avenge them, or I can, honor them or whatever. Have to perform surgery with no training on a loved one, or have to fly an empty plane with no training. Might crash and harm others. Why is this one warrant a parentheses and none of the other ones? Yeah, I know if I'm fucking flying a plane, it might crash. Do I really need to be reminded of that? Whereas these other ones with so many questions being raised and none of them are addressed? Ay, ay, ay. Perform surgery or fly a plane? An empty plane. How can it harm others if there's nobody? Well, I guess if it like lands in, in a building or, something like that. Not that, it. Never mind. Never mind. There's nothing funny about that. Well, surgery is I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I'll fly the damn plane. 72%. Whatever day of the year I'm flying that plane, I'll never forget. Okay, I gotta win the lottery but lose all your friends, or remain broke but keep your friends. So it's money versus friends. That's what this can just be one word. Okay. This is a hypothetical though. Honestly, my friend group isn't very strong right now. No offense to anyone in my life. But so if you're talking about my current situation, where I can just win the lottery and then make new friends unrelated to that. So overall, I want to make a two-part here. Like overall, as a general concept, I would pick remain broke but keep your friends. However, for my particular situation, because I don't have an exceptionally strong group of friends right now, I'm going to go with win the lottery, because I'm not really losing much, Again, no, I know that sounds harsh, but yeah, lottery. Give me that Powerball. Right? Is that what it's called? I don't know. All right. Always consciously breathe or always consciously think? What? Oh, blink. Okay. Always consciously breathe or always consciously blink? Okay, so I think this just means like just be aware of it, like it's voluntary instead of, and well, blinking and those are both kind of voluntary. Like I can stop and start again, but yeah, I think I understand what this is going for. I mean, this is a weak question, because it's already like, I am conscious of it, somewhat. It's not like, my heart beating. That would be a good one to put on here. Like consciously have your heartbeat, or digest food, or something like that. Like these are kind of weaker examples of that, but all right, I'll play along. Well, the blinking one would just be annoying. I can picture that getting frustrating so quickly. Breathing, I mean, I think it's good to just be in the habit of controlling your breathing anyway. It's like a huge thing, so I'm gonna go with breathing, because I'll always be in like a meditative state. Be super racist or be super sexist? Oh, jeez. Well, hold on here. So what do we mean by racist? Are we talking about like against one particular race? Or do we mean racist against everyone except my race? Because that's a huge difference. Because if it's just one particular race, then that's only a certain percentage of the population. And I can pick like a really obscure one, or, one that maybe deserves it. Man, I'm getting real edgy tonight. But, you get the point. But if it's everyone except my own, then that's, going to be most people. Whereas sexist is, you don't really need much more elaboration. That's going to be 50%. About. So that depends, because if we're talking about, because obviously my goal is to be offensive or not even offensive, but to what's the word? I don't know. We'll just use offensive as a placeholder. Be offensive to as few people as possible. So that's what I'm trying to strategize here between these two options. So, and again, that really all hinges on that distinction. Where's the parentheses when you need one, So fuck out of here, Spanish ads. They're trying to test to see if I'm a racist. That's an elaborate thing. That's good, actually. That'd be good. So which one would I assume out of the two? That it's everyone except me, or that it's one particular? I mean, I think the majority of, like, there's very few people that are like, if you're not, like white supremacists, basically, or it's like those are the minority of racists. The majority of racist people just don't like a particular group, or like, a couple groups or whatever. So I'm assuming that's what they mean, because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. And probably the first thing that comes to most people's mind, including whoever made this question. So if that's the case, I can live with, again, I'll pick an obscure group or one that deserves it, so that it's only a few people, and I'm cool with everybody else. So let me go racist. Oh, damn, 50-50. And also, you know what? Yeah, I gotta be careful about things I say. So I'm not gonna yeah. Alright, only eat fruits or only eat vegetables? Honestly, I mean, fruits are sweeter. But honestly, I've never really been a big fruit guy. Like, fruits don't really excite me. Yeah. It's just, fruits are kind of underwhelming to me, whereas vegetables are a much more intense experience. Vegetables are more fulfilling, they're more nutritious, and it's more diverse. Like, if you're talking about, like, I have access to all the vegetables, like, hey, say no more. That's what I'm trying to get my diet to anyway. So let me go vegetables. What? Nah, come on. You're telling me 74% of people just want something that's a little bit sweeter at the expense of all other qualities? Come on. That's disappointing. Travel by yourself or travel with family? Ooh. Again, this one's very personal. Because if we're talking about it as a general concept, or if we're talking about for me specifically. Now, I can see both sides to this. Yeah, this one cuts deep. I mean, I like traveling by myself because there's like less, I guess, anxiety involved. Like, I don't have to be conscious of people in my travel party. I don't have to accommodate anyone else. It's just, whatever I want, which, as I answered a few questions ago, is an appealing option for me. But there is still a chance of getting in trouble. But yeah, so And then there's also just like less distraction, so I can get really into it and focus on whatever I want and stuff like that. But traveling alone can also be depressing as well. So a lot of times I feel like, even if I'm doing this really cool, awesome stuff, I feel like it doesn't really mean as much if I'm not with someone or someone I care about, or I can share the experience with. So it really all comes down to what's more important, the experience or the people that you're with. And for me, I always would say the people, and the experience is just the background thing, like the venue or whatever it is just like, watching TV in the background or something, it's on that same level, but the experience is going to be the same, the place is going to be the same, and the activity is going to be the same, or whatever. The variable is who you're with. So that's why you can go to the same place 5 different times with 5 different people and have 5 completely different experiences. Whereas if you're going there by yourself, once is probably enough. So, like I'll take, like, even an amusement park, for example, like I'll go, every once in a while to like Disney World or something by myself and be like, okay, yeah, I still appreciate it for what it is. And sometimes I prefer being alone because there's no distractions and I can clear my mind and, just unwind and do things my way without having to accommodate anyone else. But by the same point, like, for every one of those times, there's probably 3 where I wish, like, man, I wish I had someone to share this with, So, I'm gonna go family. Yeah, 59%. Damn, 41% of people don't like their family. Get a flat tire or run out of gas? I've had both of those happen. Well, the gas one, I ran out of gas when I was like 50 feet from the gas pump, so that wasn't too big of a deal. Get a flat tire, that's a bitch though. That'll fuck up your whole day. But I would say I'd still rather the flat tire because, it's easier to prepare for. You can change a tire in a few minutes if you're prepared, like I wasn't, so I had to call AAA and wait 6 hours for someone to show up. But, if you have a spare tire, get a spare tire, which you should always have one, and replace it immediately when you use it. And then, just look up how to change a tire. I mean, it's not that involved really, but if you run out of gas, like, you're fucked, because, like, unless you keep, 10-gallon gas jugs in the trunk of your car at all times, which who does that? So, but assuming you're a sane person and you don't do that, if you run out of gas, like, there's nothing you can do. You can't make gas appear. You have to go to where gas is, and you can't run the car there. So you gotta either get towed or call AAA and wait hours for them to come, or try to push it yourself, and who knows how far you're pushing it to. And, it's just like, that is a much worse situation to be in most cases. So I'm going to go with flat tire because there's more you can do about it. Have everyone judge or think about everything you do, or have nobody care about you at all? Damn. Okay. We're still on, right? Okay, cool. Wow. This is a good question. Judge and think about are 2 different things. Like, if they're thinking about it, that doesn't mean anything. I could be thinking about anything. Like, so that's irrelevant. But judging is a little bit more, that's a little bit more specific. Like, because that implies some kind of action or some kind of difference in their treatment. Like, I can think something about someone and choose not to treat them differently, Like, that's a much more minor issue. Whereas if I'm judging someone, then that kind of by definition means that I'm treating them differently, you know? So that could definitely make the difference for me, judge or think about. So does the slash mean both or either or? And if it's either or, does that mean I get to choose, or is it random? Or if nobody care about you at all? Well, that doesn't sound like a very fun life. I mean, that sounds like misery. I mean, what's the point of anything, at that point? So, I mean, I guess any attention's better than no attention when it comes to, just life. So, everyone, I don't give a fuck if people are thinking about what I do. I could care less what they think about, but judging is different. But I would still rather be judged than if nobody care at all, because judge could be positive or negative, it doesn't have to be negative. And maybe if everyone's judging me, maybe I am, doing something not good, but different people are going to have different opinions anyway. So nobody's like, you're never going to make everyone happy. So they're kind of already judging me. So that's not really too big of a deal. Because at least then some people will like me or be a fan or approve or whatever, whereas if nobody cares about me at all, then nobody will. So I'll go with that one. What? How is that the minority? You're saying that rather... Wait a minute, is there something I'm not getting here? I mean, unless they're just that, self-conscious that... But, man, that's disturbing. Never be able to say no or never be able to say yes. Ooh. Okay, let me think about this. So, taking this in a literal sense, which one am I saying more? And in the more important situations. Because this doesn't affect my actions. Because I can still say no, but then sign a contract or something, or I can still say yes, but then not do the thing, it's not like these words aren't necessarily actions. So which one would, I'm picturing being on the phone, in a customer support thing, like those automated AI bots or whatever. Is this what you're calling about? Would you like to know the whatever, yes or no? I mean, if you say yes, then that's all you're gonna get. If you say no, then they're gonna probably end up connecting you to a representative, and that'll be even better. Or they'll just you'll get more options. So in that case, saying no is more useful. And then what if someone offers you drugs? I mean, you got to say no at that point, right? Or if someone tries to get you to do something you're not comfortable with, if you say yes, you're giving them consent, and then they can do whatever they want to you without having the chance of getting in trouble. They can hijack a plane. But there's nothing funny about that. Okay, so would I rather say no or would I never be able to say no or never? So would I rather always say yes or always say no? That's the rephrasing of the question here. I mean, I guess saying no is a more powerful, thing. And then if your answer is really yes, then you can always your actions can deviate from that, But if you say yes and it's on a recorded thing or it's under oath or whatever, and your real answer is no, that can be a little bit trickier to counteract, you know? Like, are you guilty? If I say yes and then try to, you know, find a way to convey no, that's probably not going to go so well, you know? Whereas if I say no and then I incriminate myself with following things, then it can probably be more easily overdone. So I'm going to go with never be able to say yes and retain the ability to say no. Okay, I'm in the majority. Always be tired but not sick, or always be sick but not tired? Well, dude, look at the generation I live in. We're all tired most of the time anyway. I mean, I'm not sick most of the time. Being sick sucks, man. Like, there's a lot less you can do about being sick than being tired. Like, if you're being tired, just fucking, you know, exercise a little bit or have some caffeine or whatever. Like, you'll be fine. But being sick is not, like, quality of life is just so much less. And then there's so many, you know, factors. Like, I'm assuming this is like having a cold, in which case that's contagious, and then you bring other people into it and stuff. But if it's not a cold, then it's probably something even worse. So, yeah, I mean, always be tired isn't really, it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, I think most of us are tired most of the time anyway, so we'll just be tired. 76%. But I get, okay, so if it says always, then I guess that means no matter what you do to combat that, you'll still feel tired. I'm assuming that's the stipulation. But yeah, being tired doesn't feel as bad as being sick does. Being sick is just not, you know, not pleasant at all. Anyway, move to a new city or town every week, or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in. Ooh. Okay, well, I already left the city I was born in. So move every week. So not visit, not travel to, like literally move. So everything, like I'm changing my mailing address, my residential address, I'm changing everything. Like, does that mean I have to change my official documents every week? Am I even allowed to do that, or are you allowed that many 52 moves per year? I think that would draw a lot of attention. Like that, I mean, just that aspect of it would be enough to sway me. Like just the like legal responsibilities rather than the actual act of moving itself. Because I'm a minimalist. I wouldn't really have that, especially if I knew I was going to be moving every week, because I knew I clicked this button a while back. Then I wouldn't, you know, I would especially be a minimalist. So moving isn't that big of a deal. That's basically just traveling, which I love traveling and I want to travel. And I want to visit as many places as possible in my lifetime. So I think that'd be cool. To go to a new town every week. It's not really a punishment. But in terms of, you know, the legal aspect of it and having to change my address on everything, like that would take a week just to do that. So I'd always be like, all right, hold on a second. I got to go on the computer and update these documents, you know, like I don't want to do that. But would I rather that than never be able, I mean, it's not like that's a, you know, like really out there concept. There's plenty of people that never leave the city. So it's not even never be able to move away from, it's never be able to leave. So like you can't even visit other places. Like you literally cannot exit the city limits. Oh, well, fuck that. No, I'll just move to a different city. Wow, so half of people would rather never travel anywhere ever. Jeez. Okay. Always have the best hair or always have the best outfit? It's a dumb fucking question, ask a man. The best hair. Yeah, I feel like I'm not really part of the demographic that this one's intended for. I mean, I already have the best hair, so I just kind of don't really want to give that up. Best outfit, I don't think I've really ever been in a situation where I've had the best outfit of anyone in the room. Like, okay, that depends what you mean by best. Like, I've had the outfit that made the most of a statement, where I look like a cartoon character, the outfit that got the most attention. I'm not sure if that makes it the best. Like, I was never the most, professionally presented fashion, like I was the guy that would come in with like an inside out shirt that's upside down and backwards and whatever. Like, that doesn't make it the best though. But yeah, the hair has always been the best. So which do I think is more important, or like will get me farther? Well, the hair is just up top. Or is it? Okay, well, the plot thickens. Always have the best hair. Or always have the best outfit. So what does that mean? Does that mean like I can just manifest my wardrobe into existence? Where I can just I can think of an outfit in my mind and then just 3D print it into existence like at the snap of a finger and have it be right next to me or have it be on me? Or does that just mean like nobody else in the room is going to have a better outfit than me at any given time and my wardrobe is going to be exactly the same? Those are two very different routes to take with it. And I'm not sure which one this person had in mind when they made this question. They just mean like I keep the same, but it's just relatively to other people it's always going to be better, or like everything's upgraded and I can make it up as I go along to adjust to the situation. Now, I guess the same goes for the hair too. Is it one hairstyle that I have that like nobody will ever be able to touch? Or is it like adapting to the situation? Or does it just mean everyone else is good sucks? It's interesting. There's a lot to think about here. Overall, I would say like an outfit is going to get more attention than hair. Like, people can probably overlook my, crazy hair or whatever. Like, if it's compensated with a really, eye-popping outfit or really, impressive outfit, I feel like I can compensate for, not combing my hair or something. So I'm gonna go with outfit. Okay, 60. Because yeah, I mean, if my shirt's inside out and has stains on it and my shoes are backwards or whatever, but I have the best hair, it's probably not gonna be enough to save it. A sip of water. Cheat on someone or be cheated on? Oh man, this is like die before or after partner. Let me think about this. So which would be better for me? I mean, are we looking at this at face value, or are we looking at the ripple effects, Because if we're playing this out, if someone's going to cheat on me, well, then again, that doesn't mean that I would know about it. Like, this could be happening without my knowledge. I might not ever discover it. Whereas if I cheat on someone, I know I'm doing it. So that's interesting, because I was just going to assume, if I knew about it, then I would know to just, end that relationship and I'd be better off for it. But there's no guarantee that I would know about it. Because that's probably not going to be a healthy relationship at that point. Okay. It's interesting. So, and then the same can be said for, for me cheating, that she might not know about it ever. Which, okay. I mean, for that reason, I mean, if I'm the protagonist in my story, I mean, wouldn't really make sense for me to throw myself under the bus, you know? So to voluntarily like choose to be cheated on. I mean, my preference is nobody cheats on anyone, but clearly that's not an option here. So I'll go cheat on someone because at least then I'm in control. Wow, majority of people would rather not be in control and not even know about it. Have 100 duck-sized elephants or have one elephant-sized duck? Well, there's strength in numbers, so 100 of something is going to be better than one. And also, like, these are going to be novelty things. I can charge admission for these things. I can sell these things. And having 100 individual units to sell is going to be more profitable than having one. Because I feel like I can get more money for 100 duck-sized elephants sold individually than I could for just one elephant-sized duck. So looking at it from a financial and profit, because I'm not keeping these fucking things. Those are abominations. I don't want to have those in my possession. But so I would sell them immediately. And I feel like I could get more money for 100 duck-sized elephants. Wow, okay. What are you going to do with the elephant-sized duck? Keep it? Let's see how long you can keep that up for. Okay, have to scream as loud as you can before starting every conversation. I'm a leprechaun. I feel like that's not too far off from what somebody's probably doing. Have to smack every person you have a conversation with and call them an idiot. Well, that's assault. So that escalated quickly. Would I rather like do something a little bit silly or straight up assault every person I talk to? Well, I don't have to think about that one very hard. I'll just say I'm a fucking leprechaun. I mean, I can develop that into a persona, I can make a whole shtick about that thing and people can be excited about hearing it, but slapping people into a thing is a little bit more difficult. Have hair everywhere on you or have hair nowhere on you? Ooh. Well, I mean, a lot of people already don't really have hair, if they're bald and they shave and, be clean shaven or hair everywhere. So how far are we going with this? Does that mean like I can't see because my eyes are covered and like my mouth is covered and everything? Like would be very inconvenient. But I mean, I guess that's what everywhere means, right? Because if it's, otherwise it would be everywhere except eyes and mouth and, orifices, It's covering my ears, it's covering my nose, my mouth, that would suck. That wouldn't be good at all. That wouldn't be a very functional life to live. So I'd rather have no hair than live like that. Yeah. Okay. Always overspice your food or always have your food taste bland? Huh. Okay. So... But I can just develop an immunity where I am overspicing everything, but it still tastes bland. So you can have both of these at the same time. So it's not mutually exclusive. But if I always spice my food, yeah, it can still taste bland, or it can taste bland, but I still overspice it. So there's not a lot of weight to either one that I pick. But I guess that means, I guess there's a little bit of a difference, because if it always tastes bland, then I'll never get the experience of the spice. Whereas if I always overspice food, I'll get it, at least initially. I'll probably build up a tolerance to it. I think is that how spice works? You build up a tolerance? I think so. But yeah, I'll always go with spice because I want to like experience food. Who likes bland food? I'll just, wash it down with something. Live in a school or live in a kid's park? What's the difference? School. Or live in Texas. Can I say that schools in Texas are dumb? So what kind of park are we talking about here? Can I see a picture? Is it just like a playground? Or is it like an amusement park? If it's an amusement park, you don't have to twist my arm. But if it's just like, a little playground and maybe like what kind of amenities are we talking? Is it like basketball courts, tennis courts, baseball fields? Like how? There's so many questions. Like what do you what's included in this park? Whereas a school, you pretty much know what you're gonna get. I mean, it's pretty much gonna be similar. And I guess you can live in a school. It's really, it wouldn't be too bad. But kids park, that depends on the park. Because if it's all like outdoors and not really, there's no air conditioning and there's no like like a school, you can pretty much do all your daily functions. They got food, they have a cafeteria so you can cook your own stuff. Like yeah, I'll go with the school. Because I feel like there's more certainty with what you're getting. But there definitely are some parks that would be better. Become a stranger's puppet for a day or be locked in a small room for a day with only water. Wait, what? So, puppet. So I'm still sentient as a puppet. But I don't know. That hurts my brain. Small room for a sensory deprivation tank. I mean, that's not a terrible thing to do occasionally anyway, so. And one day, yeah, I'll do the sensory deprivation. The other one scares me. Be able to change the smell of anything at will, or be able to change the taste of any food at will. Whoa, so the smell is anything, the taste is just food. So it excludes beverages and, anything else I would taste. Wink. Change the smell. Anything, so there's more items to choose from there. So there's more opportunities to apply that. Let me think about this. So I can taste any food. That's a cool little hack. But which is more important? Because, for me, I like food. And taste is a huge part of the food experience. And the food experience is a big part of life experience to me. Whereas smell, I'm not really too concerned with. If something smells nice, that's cool. But it's not, a huge thing. I could tolerate, some unpleasant smells too. It's not going to ruin my day. But if, food that I was looking forward to doesn't taste good, then that's kind of more disappointing, So, even though the smell has more applications because it's anything, I think taste is a bigger factor to me. Taste of food is more important than the smell of things, so I'll go with the taste. Yeah, wow, 76%. Scream loudly while you're asleep or be blind and deaf for the first 30 minutes after waking up. Wow, that's extreme. Scream loudly while you're asleep. So it could just be once for 2 seconds, But Blind and deaf for the first 30 minutes. That's a guarantee. So is this every day or is this a one-off thing? That's another. I mean, I guess it's the same concept, but it doesn't say always. You know, they would put always if it was always. So I'm assuming it's a one-off, a one-time occurrence. Scream loudly while you're asleep. I do that a lot of times anyway. Blind and deaf for 30 minutes. That's just inconvenient. That's not, I mean, it's not really any way around that, you know? Like sometimes if I'm waking up to an alarm, I'll set my alarm like right when I have to leave. So I can't, that's not an option. Scream loudly, I mean, that's not even that, but that's not on the same level to me. That's, oh, what was that? Was that 31%? I think it just didn't finish loading. I double clicked it by accident. I guess that's what makes it go faster. Have a home gym or a home cinema? Ooh. Okay, now here's the thing. Here's my whole thing with this. You can still watch movies at home without having a home cinema. You can still have, you know, a very similar experience. You can get a... Okay, does that mean you're not allowed to have... I mean, what's included in a home cinema? You have a TV screen. I'm assuming just, you know, a big TV. You have a surround sound system. You have... So I guess a projector would probably be the difference, a projector screen. But you don't need a... How much does that enhance the experience, you know? It's about the movie... Just watch, you know, it's a means to an end. I mean, I do enjoy going to a movie theater. I haven't been to a movie theater in probably like 5 years now. But I do enjoy the movie theater experience. And it definitely is better than watching a movie at home. But the point is, you can still watch a movie at home and it'll still be, you know, a good experience. But you can't work out without a gym. I mean, not like easily. Like there's certain things you need the machines, you need the weights, you need the, you know, all the stuff in order to do it. There's not much you can do without anything, you know. So having a home gym would be exponentially more convenient. Really, the only people that would choose the cinema are ones that do not work out at all. So if you take fitness seriously to any degree, then that would be the obvious choice, I would think. So I'm going to go with that. Wow, really? 50-50? People really ought to think about that one. Have your entire photo... This is why the obesity rate's so high. Yeah, eat some more popcorn, you fat ass. Have your entire photo gallery... I think it's supposed to be your entire. Have you entire photo gallery shared with your family? That sounds like the beginning of a question. Have you... whatever, I'll say have your entire photo gallery shared with your family, or never use a smartphone again. Wow, well, what I mean, come on now. What am I really afraid of? Like, it's like they're gonna disown me? Like they're gonna stop loving me now? You know? Like, what am I trying to hide? Really, like what do I care what photos they see? Never use a smartphone again. That's a really drastic, I don't really think that's on the same level. So, I mean, fuck it, man. I mean, this shit, like, it's not that big of a deal to share a photo gallery. Whatever. Like, if they ask to see it, I would show it to them anyway, so... be a vampire hunter or a vampire? I don't think I'm in this demographic either. I feel like a vampire hunter is just like I don't really know much about either of these, but being a hunter just sounds like more work. So it's probably be easier to just be chill, just be the thing. But But then again, let me think about this. I'm hunting. It's not all I do though. Like I do other stuff, right? As if you're a vampire, you gotta worry about being hunted. Or maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. I'll just go with vampire. Fart in public or burp in public? Well, fart's way easier to cover up than a burp. I mean, there's really no way to discreetly burp. So I'm gonna go fart. Really? Wow. That's surprising. See the future or change the past? Oh, wow. So not change the future, just see it. Can't do shit about it. Or actually change the past, but not see it. Where are we on time? Oh, damn, we're over an hour. See the future, change the past. Change the past. Alright, I didn't think it was an hour already. I gotta do other stuff. But yeah, I definitely want to do more of this. These are all, I don't remember any of these questions, so they definitely are getting updated. So, but yeah, I like this new version. So, I like this. It was fun. Let me know anything else that you want me to do. But yeah, that's all for this one. So, see you next time.